Welcome to the Liberating River, where spiritual freedom meets soul aligned wealth. I'm your guide, Wanda F. Nesbitt. Let's break free, build boldly, and live fully together. Let me say this, and I'm going to say this very slowly, and hopefully you will definitely take it lovingly, definitely take it and sit on it and rest on it. Rest is not avoidance. Hear me. Rest is not avoidance. Rest is integration. The rushing does nothing but burn you out. But rest allows your body to process. Don't they say in the gym, you do your reps? But a lot of times when I've talked to some weight trainers and some exercise individuals, they'll say you rotate to give your body rest for that area. So if you worked your biceps and your triceps on one day, rest up and then work your legs. That's what they say. You're training your body. So when you think about it and dealing with people and trying to birth who you are for real, your body has been processing for years information, stress, emotional turmoils and ups and downs. And your body has adapted to the environment, good or bad. So you don't reset by pushing harder. You reset by letting your nervous system catch up. You reset by allowing, just like in weight training, your body to start to heal, because what you've been doing is breaking down those muscles. So then say rest. So this year, your pace matters. It's not about rushing. Your pace matters because it encourages rest. Rest does not mean that you're weak. It actually means you're wise, because you understand that at times you have to stop, drink that water, get those electrolytes, replenish yourself so that you can move forward. You can't move forward if you're burnt out. You already know that. If you do too much and you get burnt out, what normally happens? Be true to yourself. You don't want to do a thing. You're irritated. Sometimes you become angry. Not at people, but they get the brunt of things because you're frustrated. You're exhausted, because you can be physically and mentally exhausted. But when you pause, when you rest, you allow your brain to calm down. You allow, like I said, your nervous system to calm down and rest. So rest. It's okay. It's okay to put the things down and say, you know what? I'm not going to do anything today. I declare we should not work 7 days a week. No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. I think that's why God said rest. If you notice, God did one thing a day. He didn't do 20 million things a day. He did one major thing a day when, as it talks about in the scriptures, how, he made earth. One day. Then he said on the seventh day, he rested. Now, I'm not talking about what day that we earthlings want to call is the seventh day. I'm not going there. That's a whole different podcast to address. Because we have taken things so out of proportion. It has nothing to do with what physical day it is. By us fighting and feuding over what specific day it actually was, you're causing confusion. By fighting what day it actually was, you know what you're doing? You're taking away that power that God is actually saying, just rest, stop. Stop and rest, rejuvenate yourself. But instead, we want to be petty. Because that's all we're being. Petty. Because I'm going to mess you up. It could be a Wednesday. God wasn't using calendars when he created the earth. God is God. And until which time we really stop trying to limit God in his functionality and diminish his true power, until which time we're going to continue to fuss over petty crap, because that's what it is. It does not matter what day it is. All he said was rest. Do nothing. That's really what he said. Do nothing. I'm going to leave that right there. Like I said, that's a whole nother conversation. But it plays a part here because that's all we're coming back to. God is saying rest. Rest. So you can rejuvenate, so you can be in your right mind. Because if you're constantly on, think about the battery. Think about your phone. You constantly on your phone. What happens? Your phone gets hot. Then you got to charge it up. If you was constantly pedaling on the bike, your legs will get tired. I don't care if you could handle it. You might even be able to handle it for a week. I don't know anybody who can do it, but you could probably handle it for days, a week, 2 weeks, a month. It doesn't matter. But at some point, there's a breaking point when your legs are going to get tired. Rest. So you can reset your nervous system, your body, so that you can go back to what you were doing. Resetting means taking an honest look at who has access to me. That's what resetting is. Who has access to me? What drains me after I leave the room? What was it? Was it a person? Was it that conversation? What was it that drained me? You got to think about that. What conversations? How about this one? I know I've been there. What conversation made me angry? Tightened me instead of grounding me? What was it? You are not, hear me, you are not required to maintain proximity to what costs you your peace. Did you hear me? You, you, you right there are not required to remain proximity to what costs you your peace. If you put your hand on a hot stove, do you leave it there? If you put your hand in boiling water, do you leave it there? I'm going to say it this way. A normal person will not. Now, not unless you have some neurological something going on, it might not register quickly. I understand. Because I actually deal with that. In my hand got damaged. So neurologically, I'm more conscious of where my hand goes because I know the one hand, the nerves are not where it should be because it got damaged. But normally, you won't leave your hand there, not knowingly. You move it so quickly, so why can't we do it around people? Why do we accept it? Why would we allow the contaminants of others to infect us and infect our environment? No, it's time out for that. You're not required to do that. You're not required to allow people or things to cost you your peace. No, no. You're allowed to choose distance without resentment. You're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to protect you. Because the truth of the matter is, only when you protect you will others actually cherish you. If you don't even protect yourself, most people won't protect you. They'll use you. Did you catch that? If you don't protect yourself, people will use you, but they're not going to protect you. And when they're done, where do they go? They normally go on to the next person. So yes, protect your peace. Because the only thing you have. That distance is okay. Those boundaries aren't walls. Hear me, those boundaries aren't walls. They're just filters. Filters to help, again, protect you and to sit through those things that will cause damage. Again, no, people not purposefully, let's rephrase that. Some people are not purposefully out to do harm. Some people aren't. Some people are genuinely doing what they can to help you. But again, it's when they do attempt to help you, it's based on their limitation because their gift and their talent is different from yours. And what you need for your peace is different from other people. Peace is not the same for everybody. It's not. Because how people need peace in their life is based on environmental situations and circumstances. So it's okay to have your boundaries. You're just filtering. We have water filters. And what does it do? Removes those sediments that do not help. And it purifies. That's what the filtration system does. So your boundaries are purifying your boundary, your being. And what's wrong with that?
Stay tuned. To be continued. Coming next week. Thanks for flowing with us on the Liberating River. Subscribe, share, and come back next week for more wisdom, wealth, and alignment. Stay free, stay grounded, stay bold.